Yoga Nidra 1 and Yoga Nidra 2. A good way to start a practice, if you haven't been sleeping, is to actually take Viparita Karini. And that's done in this situation. It's nice to do it with a bolster if you have it because it's softer. And you elevate your pelvis. And if you keep your feet down, you're doing a supported bridge pose. If you take your legs up, and I don't usually teach this at the beginning of practice because I'm so weird that I don't want to tax the hamstrings even in this situation. So it's easier to do this pose up against the wall, then your hamstrings don't have to work at all. Here you are doing a mild stretch for the hamstrings. Now if you keep your knees a little bit bent, that'll help. And this is just a great pose to induce a release through the nervous system. I'm going to give you two poses that are more still than we usually start practice with, that are good for that kind of a dropping down, down regulating. And the thing to remember, especially with Yoga Nidra, is that you're inducing a trance-like sleep state in your body, which will make your body then afterwards feel like it's had a better night's sleep or more rested. Okay, so that's that spiel. The second thing I want to address is one of you asked me about which classes are more subtle body focused. Okay, just so you know, I don't always talk about this stuff because it turns some people off, but I don't teach a yoga class that isn't subtle body focused. In fact, it's impossible to do a yoga class if you're actually turning in to your breath and you're paying attention and you're building some presence on the mat and you're, dare I say, shutting out the world, just to simplify, that it isn't a subtle body practice. Most of my classes have an element or a germ of an idea. And today the idea is to work on the heart center for all the obvious reasons. It's almost Valentine's Day. And a lot of people are feeling overwhelmed, shut down, highly emotional right now. So it's a good center to soothe. It's the center, so you're breathing and relaxing right now. It's the center, and you can focus on your heart rising and falling as you breathe. So bringing attention to any of the 7 chakras, wherever they are along the spine and the crown of your head, is a soft, subtle body focus. But this is the center. We think of it as the love center, but the love center is really more second energy. The heart center is our social center. The element is air. Air is everywhere. And it's our ability to connect socially, to feel connected, to be connected, to not be divided, but to look for the things that unite you with another human being, even if you have little to no in common with that human being. The work of the yogi is to find ways, to find commonality, compassion, understanding, even when we are with people that we don't always agree with. And that's a big deal. It's a big deal to develop it, and I'll say one step further, it's a huge maturation process to get to that point. Your third chakra is at your solar plexus. Your heart chakra is a lot higher up. So it requires a lot of you to let go of being right all the time, to move into the heart center, which is not so interested in being right. It's interested in being connected. However you want to relate to that material this morning. All right. Take a deep breath in, feel your lungs and your heart and your collarbones fill. Sigh it out, exhale, invite a lightness through your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your wrists. Do that 2 more times. If your legs are still lifted, bring them down to bridge pose. Bring your arms down by your side. We're going to do something active before the next passive thing. And then we'll be active. Take your arms out so your elbows are wide, your elbows are pressing down, your fingers are facing up like a goalpost. As you inhale, lift off of your blocks, bring your hands back. This is a gentle opening for the shoulder and in particular a toning for the rotator cuff. Exhale, lower back down to your blocks, let your hands come towards the floor. This is internal rotation. They may not make it all the way. Inhale, lift off of the block, starting to work the legs a little more specifically. Hands go back, elbows are driving down the whole time. Exhale, which will give you the tone through the shoulders. Palms go down. Inhale, hips lift just off of the block. Could you do this without lifting off of the block? You sure could. So if your back is twingy, maybe keep your butt on the block, but only do the rotation for the arms. Inhale, lifting. I don't have the block, I moved mine out of the way, but you're working with the block still. Exhale, lower. Take your time, we have 4 more. Inhale, range of motion, external as you go back, internal as you drop your palms towards the floor. 3 more. Great. Hold your arms in the cactus position. If your hips are lifted, cool. If they're on the blocks, also cool. Press the back of your shoulder blades into the mat. And without moving your elbows, imagine that they're going to pull down towards your hips ever so slightly. This should give you more sensation through your upper back, like you're just trying to work a little harder. You can be resting on the blocks or lifted. In either case, lengthen the top of your thighs forward through your knees so that you're creating a longer front thigh idea. Press your head gently into the earth, tip your chin up. Now we're toning the back of the neck slightly, and we hold for 4, and we hold for 3, 2, great. Reach down, slide the blocks out of your way. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees drop open. You can rest your hands on the front of your hips or down by your side or on your low belly or palms up or palms down. Walk your shoulder blades underneath you. So this is the classic second chakra opening because we're opening the hips and we're having some effect on the sacrum. This is a mild back bend. So we call it a hip opener, Supta Baddha Konasana, but the spine is in extension, especially in the lower back area. And if you walk your shoulder blades underneath your body, your spine is in extension in your upper back area. If you move your chin away from your chest, your neck is in a little bit of extension as well. So it's a subtle back bend with subtle compression on the sacral area, which is the root of Svadhisthana. And this technically is your love chakra, because this is where we create human life, where we have deep connections to family, to our most significant partners, etc. The element here is water. So unlike the heart, where it's everywhere, the water is something that we want to contain in a positive way so it flows without spilling in all directions, causing too much chaos. We also want the water to flow. We don't want the water to stop. So we have to find a fluidity in our relationships where we have enough boundaries that we're not overwhelming people or we're not being overwhelmed, but not so many boundaries that we shut everything down. Again, ponder those ideas. Deep breaths now. Move your focus down to your lower belly, and I'll even give you a more specific breath if you like. If you pay attention to your tailbone and your pubic bone, you can imagine as you inhale that those bones are moving a little bit away from each other. And as you exhale, not that they're closing down, but they're just settling back into their normal spot. Inhale, imagine tailbone and pubic bone moving a little bit away. stretching away from one another. And exhale, let them soften back towards each other. That's simple. 4 more breaths. Good, my friends. One more breath here. All right. If this feels really good in your body, stay with Supta Baddha Konasana. If you feel like you need something different, bring your feet wide and take your knees together. Okay, this will be less about opening the hip, although you are opening the back of the hip in a different way. Bring your arms out like a T. We're going to flow the upper body, and then we're going to work the upper body. So it's inhale, arms as a T. Exhale, right elbow on top of left elbow, crossing your heart. Constructive rest arms. Inhale, opening back out. Exhale, left elbow on top of right. Take your time. The opening is T or a soft cactus idea arms. Your exhale is one elbow on top of the other. Ideally, each time you're alternating. The reason that I often organize a class in my mind around the subtle body is because the subtle body is tied more closely to our emotional state. And when we feel calm and relaxed, next time land with the right arm on top, then we usually feel more peaceful. And the first goal of yoga is to create peace in the mind. It's really the only goal of yoga, is to create peace in the mind. Now, in constructive rest arms, you're letting your hands and your fingers really soften. When your wrists and hands get tight, often it translates into neck and shoulder tension. So spending some time noticing if you're holding tension there is good. And you can also be breathing into the space behind your heart between your 2 shoulder blades. Constructive rest is an option. You can also turn this into eagle arms by bringing the palms of your hands together. Eagle's a little bit deeper than constructive rest, but both open the shoulders. Now, those of you who want to stay in a softer, more yin style practice, stay here. Everybody else, if you want more activity, exhale, chin to chest, roll up, inhale, back down. So eagle or constructive rest, sit-ups, exhale, coming up, inhale, back down, coming up, back down, coming up, back down. We're doing 4 more full range. Take rest as you need it. We've got a few more things to do here. Come up, hold pulse for 8, 7, 6, good, 5, 4, 3, 2, circles to the right, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. I almost forgot what number came next. 2 and 1. Nice work, everybody. Come back down. Take a couple breaths in the stretch. Give your neck a little wiggle side to side just in case that was a lot. Open your arms out like a T. And just windshield wiper your legs slowly back and forth. Let's say 3 times each side. Let your head turn with your knees. We're We're not holding, we're just moving the spine side to side. Good, come back through center. Nice work. Exhale, left elbow on top of right. We're hanging for a couple moments so that you can really check in with your wrists and your hands and even your shoulders. Are they holding on for dear life, or can you find some softening and some letting go? Even in your feet, you might be kind of gripping. Staying in constructive rest or evolving to eagle, palms to palm, and resting the entire time if that's better for you. Otherwise, this exhale, lift up full range upper body crunches. And then we hold for 8 slow pulses. 8, 7, 6, belly in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle to the left. Mobilizing the rib cage. Working obliques and upper abs and lower abs too. Not as much as using the lower body. Come back in, take a couple breaths, move your head side to side. Release your arms back into a soft cactus. Again, just moving your body side to side. We're not holding, just mobilizing the hips and your middle spine, your thoracic spine with this gentle waving motion. It also gives you similar work that you get in Supta Baddha Konasana without being stuck in that position. Good, come back through center. Separate your feet now, setting up for another bridge pose. You're going to bring your hands down by your hips and then bend your elbows so your fingers are facing each other like you're holding something between your hands. Press your elbows and forearms down. Draw your shoulder blades underneath you and spend a couple breaths working your arms down the way you would for a shoulder stand, essentially. So your triceps are turning on. Chin away from chest. Your entire spine is in a back bend. So if you want to keep the practice a little softer, now this is not as soft as some of what we've been doing, you stay here. If you want more movement, let's exhale. Let's exhale to come up. Keep driving your triceps down so that we're working the arms. Inhale, lower your butt. Exhales, you lift your hips, reach your hips away from your face so that you're lengthening the top of your thighs, which is going to give you more of hip extension, which translates to less of that psoas hip flexor tension at the front. We're stretching that area out. It's subtle for most of us. 4, 3, notice how your triceps want to stop working. Use your upper body a little more today. 2, and hold. Now as we hold this pose, some of you can reach underneath your hips and interlace your hands and walk your arms closer in. For some of you that doesn't feel good, so either stay in this tricep working variation or try to touch your thumbs together underneath your hips if you want to go into a little deeper work. Move your chin away from your chest. As you inhale, draw your collarbones wide and press the back of your shoulders down. I didn't say pull down. Inhale, draw collarbones wide. Exhale, tack the back of your shoulders straight down. Imagine that your outer middle shoulder could actually wrap to the earth. So it's more of a wrap than a pull. 2 more breaths. Release everything back down. Exhale, draw your right knee to your chest. Slowly circle your right ankle. And the other way. And I'm going to teach this next progression from more restorative yin to more active, depending on what you want. Reach your right leg to the sky. Flex slowly and point slowly your right foot about 4 times. Nice and easy. Good. That's it. Hold your foot in flexion. Reach your leg as long up to the ceiling as you can. Ask your left hip to be heavy. So this would be the softest. If you want a deeper stretch and a little more work, lift your hands up towards your ankle or foot and lift your head up. Now you're adding in spinal flexion, probably a little bit more stretch for the buttock, deeper stretch for the hamstring, and some abdominal engagement. Great. Let's just say you want more ab work and you don't care about a long stretch. You can do this with your head lifted, arms reaching forward. That's harder. Or bring your head back down. That's going to be nicer on the neck. Either way, if you want the movement, point your foot down. That's an inhale. Exhale, flex and lift. Keep your left foot anchored so you don't roll to your right. That's it. Point down, flex up. Take your time. Everybody's got it. Perfection. Point down. Love the choices. Flex up. Great. Catch your right leg, come back to the stretch, give yourself a couple breaths to relax back in after the activity. Bring both hands down by your side, reach your left leg up to meet your right leg, 4 breaths in another variation of restorative shoulder stand or Viparita Karani. Notice already if there's been a change in how you feel. You might notice that your right leg feels more open than your left leg. Let your shoulders drop back. Keep lightening the load up there. One more breath. Right foot comes down, left knee to your chest. Slowly roll your ankle out. Go the other way. Great. Reach your left leg to the sky. Hold the back of your thigh about 4. Slowly flex and point to open up the calf and the hamstring. Lightly hold the flexed foot, lengthen your spine, heavy through your left hip and your right hip. If you want a deeper stretch, walk your hands all the way up towards your ankle or foot, lift up. Now you're engaging your abs. If you want more challenging work, hands reach forward, little softer head down, leg is moving. Inhale, point your leg down, exhale, lift. Point, reach, and lift. Great, Lindy. Awesome, Laura. Good, Paula. You got it, gal. Nice, Sid. Nice, Penny. Really good, Barbette. Awesome, Frank. Ooh. Great, Jackie. Catch your leg. Come on back. Let's take a couple breaths. Nice and soft. Let your shoulders relax. Take both knees into your chest now. Now, you can reach your arms out like a T with your palms down, or you can cactus your arms. Both those give us a little bit more steadiness to the upper body. So we want to kind of keep, I don't want to say lock your upper body into place. That's dramatic. But, kind of keep your upper body a little fixed. And then exhale, keep your knees close to your chest so you're not wandering out, hovering to the right, and really hover. Inhale, center. So you're not going really quickly. Like on windshield wiper, I had you kind of go back and forth, moving your energy quickly. Now we're slowing down and being more specific so that we can Really open the lower back, but twist through the thoracic spine and build strength through your waistline. So by keeping the upper body kind of in place, we're going to force the lower body and the waist to engage a little bit more, making this more of a working twist than a relaxing twist, obviously. We're going to hold after a couple more passes. I'm not even turning my head because I'm really trying to keep everything centered in the upper body area. Which means some of you will also be feeling a little bit of a stretch across your chest or the front of your shoulders. Okay, we're going to land on the left side. Now you're going to come in. You may need to scooch your butt back a little bit and then come in with your knees as close to your chest as you can. So there's a lot of length through your lower back area. Okay, now we're taking our hands behind our head. Like you're doing a classic sit-up. We're not doing that. So your inhale is in this position. Your elbows are pressing down, or some of you will find like, wow, I can't even get my elbows down. That's normal. That's very normal. But the direction is that you're pressing your elbows back down. Don't overdo that idea if you're really lifted up, but do try to bring your elbows down. So move slowly enough that you can feel this. As you exhale, keep your left elbow where it is. Curl your right elbow up and over. You won't touch elbows, but that's where you're going, as though you could touch your right elbow to your left elbow. So now we're curving in. Inhale, you're opening back out to start position. This is a big opener for the upper back, the shoulders, and the neck. Exhale, curl in. Take your time. Inhale, opening. So the elbows are trying to get together on the curl. They probably won't make it, but that's the direction that you're curling into. Exhale. We're doing about a total of 8, so if you're moving more quickly than me, you might finish sooner. If you're moving slower than me, you might not finish sooner. It's not going to hurt you to do more, but once you finish your 8, you come back into the landing of the open one. So both elbows wide. Now, might you be feeling this in your spine, your lower back, and your hip? You bet. Anytime you do twisting work, you are probably affecting both the shoulders and the hips. So that if you're tight in one of those areas, it might be illuminated. We're going to pause here in the open twist. Then we're taking everything over to the left side, propping ourselves up onto our left forearm. Keep your knees stacked. Reach your right arm up and over, lengthening side body. Draw your left shoulder underneath you. Pause in this stretch, or lift both of your hips up for a little more core work, a little more hip work, a little more shoulder work. Turn your right pinky down, your right thumb up. Reach your rib cage away from your hips. We're holding for 4 and 3 and 2 and come all the way down. Relax your left arm, come back onto your back. Take a nice deep breath in and a full breath out. Before we do side 2, let's come back to the hips. Draw your knees to your chest. It might feel nice to simply be here, good Sid, holding knees to chest. You may want to take a happy baby, holding your knees, your ankles, your feet. Awesome, Maribel. Great. Thighs down, shoulders back if you are in happy baby. Thighs widen. Now, can you be in the pose using your hands to go deeper, but not letting your shoulders, neck, and jaw get involved? Can you work with your hands without them getting too tense? Anytime you focus on your hands, you are theoretically focusing on the subtle energy center of Anahata, your heart. So the heart, the chest, the arms, and the hands all relate to that energy center. And there are minor energy centers in the palms of your hands. That's why touching people is such a healing thing to do. And it's intimate and it's scary. Exhale, knees to chest. Scoot your hips a little bit to the left, knees up and over to the right. And I say that whenever I'm doing a teacher training, bring your hands behind your head. That's one of the things people are most afraid of. A, that they're going to hurt somebody by teaching yoga, and B, nervousness about touching somebody that they don't know, because, you can actually hurt somebody when you do that if you're not being specific. So here we go. Inhale. So the hands carry a lot of power. Exhale, closing up. Think elbow to elbow, coming towards beautiful penny, this sort of fetal pose idea. Inhale, reaching back out. The position of your arm and your elbow makes it a little deeper than a regular fetal pose. Exhale, crossing in. Really work towards a full inhale and a full exhale, which, Michelle, is really important when you haven't had a good night's sleep. Getting a lot of oxygen, breath work, subtle movement with breath can help counterbalance that feeling of lethargy to keep you going throughout the day. Good. About 4 more. If you get there before me, land in the pose, enjoy the pose. And then we come back to that opening for a few breaths. Now, come back through center. It's your focus, as I said, on energy centers that creates the focus on the energy center, but you're always working all of them when you're doing mindful work. Come slowly to a seat. If this isn't going to be comfortable for you to stay seated,